Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we got a good one for you guys today. We're going to be doing top 5 theme teams currently in Madden right now. I didn't want to do top 10. Obviously, you guys know I usually do top 10s. I didn't want to do top 10s because I feel like 5 and high, well, 6 and higher, you're kind of like reaching. You can kind of argue each of them type of thing. So I think these top 5 teams are the solid top 5 theme teams. You really can't get out of it. But starting at number 5, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Very good players. They've been getting blessed lately. As you can see here, they have Vic at QB. Very solid QB. Not number 1 in the game, obviously. Not every theme team gets the best QB. They get Michael Vick, LTD running back. He's cool. Solid card, not going to lie. Julio's a very good card to have there. Their receivers are a bit lackluster. Especially, Deshaun Jackson's cool, guys, but Julio's nice. Like, running back, quarterback, fullback. Like, these are solid positions to have good. They do have Lane Johnson, John Runyon, and John Madden. Most of you guys should have John Madden maxed out. There is some few holes on this team, like every theme team. On their defensive side of the ball, they have some pretty good corners. They have Cooper DeJean, arguably cornerback 1. They have Elodie Nada. He's definitely top 10, I'd probably say. They don't have a user, which sucks. Christian Ellis is okay, but I wouldn't have him for a user. Their safeties aren't the greatest. The Terrell Edmonds is cool. He's a bit slow for my liking, so realistically, I'd probably put a filler for linebackers and safeties. Obviously, every theme team can get fillers. A 40 theme team, you can still put fillers on it. But the highlight of this Eagles theme team is their defensive line. They probably have the best defensive line in the game. They have Reggie White, Javon Curse, the Ndamukong Suh, LTD, Jordan Davis, who just came out in champs, Jalen Carter Stocking Stuffer, who is very good. They also have this 92 William Perry down here, but you probably don't want him. He's probably too slow now. These guys are the guys you want. But realistically, this is probably what you want. The Nolan Smith is really good too, but you probably want to do it like this. That's probably the ideal way to do it. Unless you have free Nolan Smith, that's nice. But I think Javon Curse is a very good card to have, and that's why the Eagles fall at number 5. Okay, moving into number 4, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They've been getting blessed, it feels like, as of late, like the past 2 weeks. They've been getting some really good players on their theme team. They just got DK for the Gauntlet card. I'm hoping they fix him. They didn't. As you can see, he only has 94 speed right there. He's okay. I wish he had 95. I mean, we all know DK is a really fast person in real life. I feel like he should have 95 speed. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. They do have Braylon Edwards that just came out. Very good card, guys. He's probably receiver 1 once, or receiver 1, receiver 2 once zero chill abilities go down. And other than that, they have Team Diamonds. I don't know if you guys want to go after these guys. They're pretty expensive. You don't really need them. You could probably get fillers for cheaper, and probably better players for cheaper as well. Just have fillers. Their running back is Sean Alexander. Really, really good. Obviously, with every theme team, you can have Chris Johnson if you go and buy him. But you also get no QB. Everyone knows with theme teams you can go with filler QBs. That's probably the best position to go with filler. Get the best one, and you can do that. Tight end, they have Jimmy Graham, solid tight end. He made my top 10 yesterday. He was pretty solid tight end. Seahawks do need to upgrade at tight end, but this is all they got now. As you can see for the offensive line, they have a good left guard, 2 good left guards, good center, good tackle, pretty solid. 90 overalls. It won't get you killed in the pocket. And then to their defense, this is where the team really shines. This is why they're on the list. They have a really good defensive back. They have good everything, it feels like. For their corners, they have Witherspoon, Sherman, DK, Devin Hester. And if you're going ability-wise, yeah, they're probably not the best. But these cards all on the same theme team, very, very good cards. This is one of the best defensive back cores in the game because they have Witherspoon, DK, Sherman, Hester if you run 1-4-6 or 1-4. Safeties, they have the new Earl Thomas that came out. He's not the greatest, but on a theme team, he's very good. He'd have 95 speed on a theme team. And then they also have Cam. Cam, I believe, is 93 speed. So he gets 95 right now with the Ghost of Mutt boost, but it will go away next week. But if you're on a full theme team, he'll have 95 speed regardless. And Cam's always a good card, no matter what, honestly, when he drops. And then for users, you have Brian Bosworth, who gets mid-zone for 1. And that's all you really need to hear for Brian Bosworth. He gets mid-zone for 1, and then you can get Lurk Artist with that. You have Jimmy Graham as well, 6'7 user. They also get Bobby Wagner, another really good linebacker if you have the token on him. Boye Mafi could probably be considered an edge rusher. I probably wouldn't use him at linebacker. At defensive line, you have Poona Ford, Jaron Reed, Leonard Williams, Dwight Freeney. I probably won't ever put Leonard Williams at defensive end. Probably put him in his original spot at defensive tackle if you guys do go this route. This is probably what I would do realistically if you use 4 down linemen, Boye Mafe, Leonard Williams, Poona Ford, Dwight Freeney. That's probably the ideal lineup for them. But yeah, guys, this is Seahawks at 4. Moving on to number 3, guys, we have the Washington Commanders. They've been getting blessed lately, and since they made the playoffs, they probably are going to get blessed a little bit more. I probably should have said that about the Eagles too. They're definitely going to get some good cards coming playoffs. So are the Commanders. For starting off, they have a QB in RG3. He's definitely a top 5 QB right now. We have Sean Alexander at running back. Definitely really good. They have Dion at receiver. I've used him. He's good. There's no problem with this offense. Terry McLaurin, even though he's not a zero chill or Ghost of Mutt card, he does play very well. They do have Trent Scott. Trent Scott's good, but it seems like he's really rare. He's too expensive for my liking. I'd probably go with Deshaun Jackson. If you can't afford the 95, go for the 92. It won't make much of a difference on a full theme team. They did just get Vernon Davis. He is a very good tight end. He honestly can play on most teams, maybe even as a filler if you want him that bad. Their offensive line's pretty solid, as you can see. Right tackles and not. They have 3 offensive linemen that are 90s, which is pretty good. But moving on to the defense, getting a little bit outdated, but definitely not there yet. They did just get Jeremy Chin, very good card. They have Sean Taylor, probably the best user in the game. He's also free. Upgrading him is definitely worth it. They do get Bobby Wagner, very good card. You can use her with him too if you really like. Brian Orakpo probably should be rushing the passer. Ryan Clark's a cool safety. You would probably look to go somewhere else with this, maybe a filler, because these team diamond guards are really expensive. Unless you guys are balling, you can actually make this with the full team diamonds on the rosters. For their cornerback 1, they do have Paul Krause. He is a very good corner. Other than that, their team isn't too great. Like, D'Angelo Hall's cool, but he's not as good as others. This Deion Sanders is getting a bit outdated. I wonder when we'll see another corner Deion. And then for a defensive line, the only one that's really nice is probably this Montez Sweat. Spending $2+ million for a Bruce Smith isn't in my liking. But overall, this team is number 3, and that's really why their defense carries here. Moving into number 2, we have the Titans. I know this might sound crazy, but the Titans team is very good. Just hear me out on this one. For a QB, you might want to go filler here. I did have Derrick Henry at, I think, 10 in my top 10. He's a solid card, gets 2 0 APs and everything. His stats don't look too great. There is Vince Young here. He's cool. You probably want to go filler in this direction. But running back, the new Chris Johnson, very cool. He does get all team chem, so he can play anywhere. You also get the Tony Pollard if you can't afford the Chris Johnson. And then for receiving core, it's probably as good as it gets. These guys are cheap and they're good. You get D-Hop. You can put the token on him, make him good. You get Julio, upgraded as a dog. And you also get this Khalif Raymond, very good card. If you don't want him, there's also this Andre Johnson down here. I put him down here because I personally think, like I said earlier, spending $2 million for a team diamond, they're not really the greatest. They do have Jonnu Smith at tight end. He is solid, as you can see, 93 speed. On a full theme team, he would have 95, which is pretty good. And then for their offensive line, 90 pluses everywhere. This offensive line is probably the best offensive line out of every theme team in the game. And let's move on to the defense. On the defense, you could see they do have Randy. Everybody knows Randy's like $4 million. Very good card. If you can afford him, buy him. But I don't really tell everybody, like, if you're doing a Titans theme team, yes, Randy would be cool, but you don't have to go out your way to get Randy. You can honestly do something like this if you wanted to. Yes, Randy's probably the better card, but for coin's sake, that's probably better. But they have Randy, they have McCourty. This Jason McCourty card is very good. He has 95 speed, so on a theme team, he would get 97. The Sean Murphy Bunting, stocking stuffer, if you put the token on him, he would have 94 speed. As of right now, he has 96 with the 0 chill boost. And then on a theme team, he'd have 96 if you do the theme team. Jarvis Brownlee, same situation. Put the token, he would have 95 speed. This corner, he interests me a bit because he's the only corner with really high press from the stocking stuffers. He's pretty good. So, like, me getting Brownlee next to Moss, it's cool. They both only get 1 and 0 AP ability buckets, so it's honestly not that different. Just Randy, you're getting his name, you're getting his 6'4" frame and stuff. I don't think that really should be the difference between a $4 million card and a card that's like $20K. But other than that, they have Terrell Edmonds. As I said earlier, he was on the Eagles theme team too. He's a bit slow for my liking. They also get the Jack Gibbons and the Ernest Jones. I think these cards are really good. He would have 95 speed on a theme team, and the Ernest Jones would have 93. Really solid users here. You also get Harold Landry. I put him there just because, just show you guys, you do get a Harold Landry if you want another pass rusher, like here or something. Or if you do get Vic Beasley, you put him here. You guys do get Curse Sweat. These two are very good defensive linemen. You can put Jeffrey Simmons here. I don't think it's going to hurt you that bad if you play in game, or one of these guys. And guys, remember, you can have fillers. You don't have to do a strict theme team. You don't need to have all tight ends. You can have 40 tight ends, 20 tight ends, and have other people on the team. You don't have to have all tight ends. Now moving into number 1, this might be obvious. We're going to be doing the Baltimore Ravens. They're by far number 1. Playoffs comes out tomorrow. Playoffs comes out this week, and Ravens are going to get an upgrade. They're a playoff team. Every playoff team definitely gets an upgrade. For as you can see here, they have Lamar or RG3, whatever you choose. It's up to you. They do get Cordero Stewart. Cool. His stats weren't too appealing to me, but he is a 0 choke card, does get a 0 AP. That's nice. The receivers are a little lackluster for me unless you have coins for the Team Diamonds. They do have Dion, do get Devin Hester, but they get Michael Crabtree, Deshaun Jackson. These cards are good if you can afford it. Now for tight end, Todd Heap. This Todd Heap doesn't look too crazy. If he was faster, he'd be a lot better. But he would get 93 speed on a theme team. Pretty good card. Offensive line is pretty solid with Willie Anderson, Marshall Yonda, Matt Burke. These two guys probably would want fillers. They do get this Tristan Colon, so if he gets a secondary position, you definitely could put him at guard, left guard, if that's possible. Now moving on to the defense. Their defense is very good. That's what's good about this team. They get Kyle Hamilton, Ed Reed. This Geno Stone is hiding down here, but Ed Reed, Kyle Hamilton. They do get Kyle Van Noy, Adalius Thomas. Those are some pretty solid cards. Only thing this team is really missing is a user. You could argue Patrick Queen. He's probably pretty solid. Yeah, he'd get 94 speed. Probably not the best abilities, but you could have Patrick Queen at user. These guys really wouldn't play. I feel like Patrick Queen, Kyle Van Noy, Adalius Thomas would probably be your go-tos. Unless you did something like this. Like that. And then you would have Patrick Queen as user, Kyle Van Noy off the edge, Adalius Thomas off the edge, Calais Campbell at defensive tackle 1, and then Nnamdi Madubuike at defensive tackle 2. And then you could probably get away with using Ray Lewis and like Terrell Suggs still. But For their corners, pretty good. I hope everyone got this. Lamar Jackson, he is a good corner, especially if you have a Ravens theme team. Lodi Nada is a pretty good corner too. Do get the new Devin Hester. I would prefer him over Rod Woodson, which might sound crazy, but I believe he is faster. He would have 96 speed. Rod Woodson would only have 94. So yeah, I would probably do this over Rod Woodson, and plus Rod Woodson's 500K and Devin Hester's 80. So I think it's a no-brainer. That's why the Ravens fall at 1. Best theme team as of right now. But guys, that's your top 5 theme teams in Madden right now. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.